Welcome to Action Figure Madness. Here with Rob today.
What's up, guys?
I'm David, and we want to show you a lot that came in. This was a couple of weeks back. This is about half of it because it was about 120 figures.
Yeah.
But this is the Motu universe.
It's a great set because you got everything from Club Eternia, Mattel. When they did these guys, these were Club Eternia exclusives. You got these guys where they're transitioning to the snake the snake era, and then you got King Hiss where you got the Hordax over here. You got the exclusive red one right there with the robot. I mean, these guys are like badass, bro. I don't know what to say because I remember having He-Man when I was a kid. I had Grayskull, I had Snake Mountain, I had all the He-Man, but the Hordak group was as far as I got. But the King Hiss and the Snake Man, I never got that far. But I mean, to see them, I mean, golly, man, like this is some bad shit.
Yeah, they're well made. Like these remakes, obviously, like they're really good. The material's good. The color, you know, they've also made the Ninja Turtles, but they weren't as well done as these.
And we got probably all the vehicles in here. We got the Battle Cat.
I think we have everything.
Everything.
We just need to find that other box with the other like 70 figures and some other things. But I believe maybe there's only about like 2 or 3 figures missing, if that.
Yeah, and the whole collection. And like I said, this guy that bought this in, I mean, he was a big He-Man collector. Yeah. He got all the club stuff from the Club Mattel. I mean, there's everything here, David. Like it's just. When we started displaying these like this, I was just like telling you about how when I was a little kid, how I used to love playing with my He-Man. I remember in the 80s cartoon, when I was watching it in like 90, 91, when I was a little kid, there was a scene that had like 5 or 6 Battle Cats running at one time. Yeah. And I remember I had to go get 5 or 6 Battle Cats.
I could see you doing
so
that.
I can have that cartoon scene right there. And it always brought me, this stuff brings me joy because I look at it and I'm all like, man, I remember having my Beast Man. I remember having Merman. I remember having Tila. Skunkor. I mean, He-Man, of course. I probably had like 10 different variations of He-Man, Ram Man. This is a pretty cool one. I've never had the pleasure of owning this one, but Snake Tila, this is when the Snake Man came and she got under. I was just like watching the cartoons the other day and I was all like, man, I didn't even know that happened when she turned into the Snake Woman, and it's just a complete different era. And when I'm looking at these, I'm like, man, these are cool. Like I said, these Club Eternia figures, they're beautiful, bro. I mean, if we had this stuff when I was little, I would be so like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing we can have them now, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I said, David, I mean, you look at this stuff and sometimes I really want to keep them, but I know I don't have enough room in my collection.
Yeah, you still have so much to display too. So, am I right? Because we're the same age. Was He-Man one of the first toys we probably ever played with?
I think so.
Right?
He-Man had to been the first, probably. I think I had 10 off the bat when I was little, and the reason I had an aunt that always bought me these, and I never complained. Yeah, you know. The second thing was GoBots, but that's a different era too because GoBots. I started off with GoBots, then Transformers, and what I loved about the GoBots was I used to mix them with my He-Man, and I would have I think. The Rock Lords would be on some of those things. And I know they appeared on He-Man, but I remember getting Rock Lords, and I would play with them with my He-Man. And, I mean, I used to love my Snake Mountain. I don't know nothing about the new Snake Mountain, but I remember it was a microphone, and I used to talk in the microphone, and we had fun with my Snake Mountain. And, you know, Castle Grayskull, I had fun with my Castle Grayskull.
I didn't have a Snake Mountain. We had a Castle Grayskull. I remember that.
I had both of them because of my aunt. But, you know, it was fun times back then. I wish I still had my He-Man. But I don't know what happened to them.
Well, I got a story seeing the He-Man and Battle Cats. So when I was in preschool, so this was, I believe, 1986. I was 4 or 5 years old. And during Christmas, they had a Christmas tree with a bunch of gifts for all the kids, right?
Yeah.
All the students. So they would call one name at a time. You would go up and you pick a gift from under the Christmas tree. So I saw it was the biggest box there for a gift, and it had the wrapper of He-Man. So back then I like He-Man because of my brother. So I just kept eyeballing it. And then they're calling everyone's name. I was second to last. But that toy was still there. So I'm like, I want that one. When I opened it, it was He-Man and Battle Cat.
That's badass.
I still remember that, and it was just awesome.
I remember, speaking of Christmas like that, I remember when I had got my Hordak was in Christmas time, and I got Hordak and Leech and Grizzly. I didn't go through the whole, but those are my first three from this batch was Hordak, Leech, and Grizzly. And it's funny because like I was all like, man, and actually this one had the suction. You push the button in the back and it had you could put it on glass or tables, whatever. Yeah. And that was just my favorite figure of all time. And I mean, I can't explain like how He-Man brought joy to my collection.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that we never really talk about Motu, but today that we took out the boxes, we were in shock. It brought back so many memories we were touching, and now we're like, we want them for ourselves. And I have 4 Mattel Eternia playsets. Yes. We're keeping one, and we're playing with that, and we're gonna.
Well, yeah, because when you showed me this like 2 weeks ago, I think the first thing I did was pull out all the Hordaks and played with them, and I think I played with She-Ra. I don't know where she's at because that's who would fight them, and then I remember when I was little, my sister had She-Ra and the I think it was the unicorn, the flying unicorn. And she never let me play with it. And so like, but I never got her. You know, me having a girl figure was like, no. Yeah. I can't have girls in my collection.
Well, that's how it was, right?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. If you ever got like your sister's Barbie, your dad would be, hey, that's for girls.
Exactly. You know, and that's what I'm saying because and I would tell her like we should fight against each other, like, you know, and she would be like, no, and I was like, whatever, man. But you know, I mean, just seeing these, it makes me happy, you know, and it's like I said, like, I don't know, for some reason, the bad guys were my thing for He-Man, and it just brought joy to bring them, and I think I probably had Man-at-Arms, He-Man, Ram-Man, I maybe had one more good guy, and that was it. But the rest were always bad guys, and they always ask me, "Why do you like the bad guys?" I go, "Cause they were cooler."
Yeah. No, there's some where you like the bad guy, you root for the bad guy, right? And man, I'm like having a hard time putting this set out here. I kind of want it for me. I would like to do a big diorama with all the figures, the Snake Mountain, the Eternia, and Castle Grayskull. Like,
I mean, this is the start.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can't go wrong with this, and
some of these were harder to find, right? But these are awesome figures. The bad thing is that they made too many, so a lot of them went on clearance. Eventually, the value will go up, but it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, but just having the club figures right here is pretty cool, and I got nothing but like, I really want this Snake because they're all here, and it's just like seeing these in person, because you got to remember, like, I'm a comic book guy, so I always read the comic books, and reading these in the comics always made me like, man, I wish I had the action figures, but I never had them. And seeing these right now is just like, wow. Yeah. And I remembered we were talking earlier about the knockoff He-Mans, and and I used to call the He-Man that looked like the wolf, I used to call it Luigi. And I always had like 2 of them. Yeah. And the only reason why I had 2 of them because I bit the head off of the first one.
I remember biting the head off the figures also.
Yeah, I don't know. I always bit the head off of some of them, and then that's how I got the other one. But I guess even back then I was kit bashing. Yeah. But I mean, just to see this, it's great. Yeah. Y'all come down here. Y'all come check this out. If you're all Motu fans, you know where to get your Motu. We got loose. We got in package. We got everything for Motu.
We got everything. And if you want to get rid of your Motu, bring them down. We'll buy them.
Exactly.
But well, thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and whatever you want to see a video of, let us know, and we'll see if we can make it happen.
See you next time.
Till next time.